Hey, this is Pastor Dave, and this is your Monday Mojo. Hope you had a great weekend. So, yesterday I began a series of messages that follow up to Easter that all focus on the appearances of Jesus post resurrection, to talk about the reality of the resurrection, the hard, cold reality of the resurrection, a risen human body, Jesus. And one of the things I said yesterday was that Christianity is one of the most firmly rooted and established faiths in the history of the planet. Got to thinking about that more last night and this morning. And I don't know that I can fully adequately describe it in a 3-minute mojo, but it just strikes me that many times folks will be caught up in a very mystical kind of idea of faith and a very mystical kind of idea of Christianity. And yet, from the very beginning, the story of the earth, the story of this world, is the story that God's telling, from my standpoint. I know there are those who would believe otherwise, but from the standpoint of one who believes that God created all this, that it's His story that He's telling, not only is it firmly established on the face of the planet Earth, but it is the story of the planet Earth. The Incarnation is God becoming one of us, and for many times I've looked at that as though it's God coming to be with us, but it's also telling us that the kingdom of God is in this story that's not complete, this story that's missing a lot of chapters, this story that's missing a lot of the points. As my high school literature professor said, the story that oftentimes we don't see the illustrations and the symbolism that goes on. And Jesus came to try and help us see that. He came to help us see what it means to be truly human. He came to be with us, but also to show us that the kingdom of God is here. And the resurrection from the dead says that this story is one that has power. There's a lot of things that people fear in this life. Public speaking's oftentimes the number one. But when you get right down to it, the fear of death and it all being over is pretty high up on the list. And the resurrected Jesus in a human body says to us that this story that's being told, this whole story here, the story of Jesus, a real man from Nazareth, a real man who was teaching and healing and leading and loving, a real man who said, it's better for me to die so that all will live. That story is as real as it gets. And I fear that sometimes we've left it in the realm of mysticism. Maybe it's in the realm of mysticism because we have a hard time seeing it in the reality. I don't know. But I know this. It is real. It is the story. Look everywhere. The psalmist kept saying that. Look everywhere and you will see the glory of God in the story of this life. Anyway, that's a really rough attempt to try and get at what I'm trying to say, and I hope it made some sense to you today. That's your Monday Mojo. Have a great week.